please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So you have anything you'd like to get right back to the agenda?
Right into the agenda.
So the first item on tonight's agenda are the warrants and claims, which have been audited by the Audit Commission. Do I have a motion to approve them for payment?
I make a motion.
Thank you, Trustee Bartolome.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you, Trustee Di Natale. Trustee Tucker.
Yes.
Trustee Di Natale.
Yes.
Trustee Di Bartolome.
Yes.
Trustee Valsecchi.
Yes.
Mayor Minicozzi.
Yes.
The next item on the budget transfers, which are presented for your approval, and on approval, the village clerk treasurer is authorized to make the transfers.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Trustee Valsecchi.
I'll second.
Thank you, Trustee Di Bartolome. Trustee Tucker.
Yes.
Trustee Di Natale.
Yes.
Trustee Di Bartolome.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Trustee Valsecchi.
Yes.
Mayor Minicozzi.
Yes.
The next item on the agenda are the prior meeting minutes, including a bid opening from October 3rd, a bid opening on October 24th, and the regular meeting on October 28th. Do I have a motion to approve them?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Trustee Di Natale.
I'll second. I'll second.
Thank you, Trustee Di Bartolome. Trustee Tucker.
Yes.
Trustee Di Natale.
Yes.
Trustee Di Bartolome.
Yes.
Trustee Valsecchi.
Yes.
Mayor Minicozzi.
Yes.
We have before you an intermunicipal cooperation agreement between the Village of Bayville and Locust Valley Central School District, effective for the period July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2025, for the shared municipal services of emergency sheltering, emergency response, heavy equipment loan and operation, snow and ice removal, and emergency fuel supply. And the resolution would authorize the mayor to sign and execute this intermunicipal cooperation agreement. Do I have a motion to authorize the mayor to sign?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Trustee Tucker.
I'll second.
Thank you, Trustee Valsecchi. Trustee Tucker.
Yes.
Trustee Di Natale.
Yes.
Trustee Di Bartolome.
Yes.
Trustee Valsecchi.
Yes.
Mayor Minicozzi.
Yes.
The next item is a proposal from Alessio Piping Construction to install a new 8-inch CLDI Class 52 drainage pipe on First Avenue, including asphalt roadway restoration. This is as per H2M plans dated March 2024. And to install a 6-inch compound water main offset on Bayville Avenue near the intersection of Pleasantview Drive, including asphalt roadway restoration with maintenance and protection of traffic for a total cost of $299,260.01. The village will be using the FRF ARPA funding to cover the cost of this project, and this project is to relieve the drainage problem on 6th Street and 1st Avenue. Do I have a motion to accept Alessio's Piping Construction's proposal?
I don't make the proposal.
Thank you, Trustee Di Natale.
I'll second.
Thank you, Trustee Di Bartolome. Trustee Tucker.
Yes.
Trustee Di Natale.
Yes.
Trustee Di Bartolome.
Yes.
Trustee Valsecchi.
Yes.
And Mayor Minicozzi.
Yes.
The next item is a proposal from Cosmo Tile & Stone for 2 custom 1 1/4-inch nebula quartz reception countertops for the front office here at Village Hall as part of the restorations that we will be starting in the beginning of December. The total cost is $3,600.
I make a motion.
Thank you, Trustee Bartolome.
I'll second.
Thank you, Trustee Valsecchi. Trustee Tucker.
Yes.
Trustee Di Natale.
Yes.
Trustee Di Bartolome.
Yes.
Trustee Valsecchi.
Yes.
Mayor Minicozzi.
Yes.
We have proposals for the painting of the DPW garage, a total cost of $5,500, and the low proposal was from FAR Maintenance, located in Oyster Bay. Total cost of $5,500.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Trustee Tucker.
I'll second.
Thank you, Trustee Di Bartolome. Trustee Tucker.
Yes.
Trustee Di Natale.
Yes.
Trustee Di Bartolome.
Yes.
Trustee Valsecchi.
Yes.
Mayor Minicozzi.
Yes.
The next item is a resolution is needed to amend what was resolution 2024-158 that was passed on October 28th, 2024. We're adding one drainage ring to the approved drive well installation project in the DPW yard for a total cost of $1,200, bringing the total cost to $5,800, and the work is being performed by Houghton Brothers Incorporated. So a motion please to amend resolution 2024-158.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Trustee Tucker.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you, Trustee Natale. Trustee Tucker.
Yes.
Trustee Natale.
Yes.
Trustee DiBartolomeo.
Yes.
Trustee Dusek.
Yes.
Mayor Minicozzi.
Yes.
All right, Mayor, I don't have any more items on the agenda, so I will turn the meeting over to you.
I see we have some people in the audience. Are there any questions? Anybody? Does anybody have something they wanted to speak about? Yes, in the back.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I spoke to Peter about this. My name is Michael Collins. I live on 114 Godfrey.
Yes, as I mentioned to you, I believe we're in the process of reviewing our code and possibly making changes to the code concerning the renewal process for the mother-daughter houses.
Okay.
And that's in the process now, and we're hopeful to get that legislation done right after the first of the year.
So do I have to do anything with the building department? Because I have a renewal form that was due by Wednesday, I think.
I don't believe that should disqualify you in any way. I would just go in and do what we're doing now for the renewal,
Okay.
and do it the way the present law or procedures of the village are taking care of that. So go ahead and have it renewed,
Okay.
and then we'll follow up with that.
What was that? 114 Godfrey Avenue.
And you've been working with Doug on this one already? Oh,
Yeah.
I have you. Yeah, so, I mean, I showed it, it's active, so you got the renewal permit application in the mail?
Right, but we were told that we had to do the whole process over
Well,
again.
one of the problems is that they're concerned about going through the whole legal process of going before the zoning board. And I explained to this gentleman that the board is in the process of amending the code, which might simplify it, but right now it hasn't been resolved as to his concern of going back to the zoning board.
But why show you as is active though? Why would you need to go back to zoning?
Well, when the original permit was issued, we were in the process of purchasing 50% of the home. But when the permit was applied for, it was just my in-laws, so that the permit came out with just the in-laws' name on it, not ours, even though we own the home.
Gotcha.
But, you know, in the process of acquiring the house, so I was trying to work that out with, Doug and Peter, of course.
And I mentioned to him that we're putting that on hold until we come up with a new procedure, which will hopefully simplify some of the issues that relate to the renewal of the permits, okay?
Very good.
And that you're not gonna be in a default because you can't do it right now.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Must I identify myself?
Yes, please, for the record.
Victor Mascoma, 42 First Building, Bayville. When last I was here, I brought up issues that I had with the building department. And some misconduct on the part of the building inspector concerning those two hearings that I went to. Well, actually, I didn't go to the first one. My lawyer went to one in December, and I accompanied him in February. And some very unseemly, unethical things were done. And I have evidence. I have the kind of evidence that you present in the court. I was here when I was last here. When I left the place, I asked Mr. Belgetti if I can meet with him. to discuss the issue since he's the liaison to the ZBA. And that meeting never occurred, so here we are. I think I'm going to go through briefly the history of my dealings with the building department. On April 22nd, April 22, I was told by Mr. Roth to get a variance or gut my accessory building. On the 24th, I answered the appearance tickets. I appeared without a lawyer. Sometime thereafter, there was a pre-trial hearing. My lawyer sat in for that, but I didn't. I believe Mr. Weil was there and Mr. Roth. And my lawyer came out saying that he was cautiously optimistic that I would get variance, which was a regular variance and use variance. So I pursued it. It was better than getting the place after I put all that money into it. So I applied for a building permit, but the first set of plans proved to be, I looked at them too late and proved to be grossly misdrawn. So we did not, because of that, we did not file for an appearance before the zoning board. And I had the plans redrawn and resubmitted again. The first hearing was December 23rd. I didn't come because my wife was in the hospital. Do you remember Mrs. Alfano when I came to pick up to take a look at the case file after the December hearing?
I do remember you coming, I can't tell you the exact date.
No, I'm not asking for the date. You remember me coming?
Yes, sir.
And do you remember me saying that the wrong plans were in the file? Do you remember me being upset with anything irregular that I found?
You were upset and you became agitated, and I did say to you that if you continued to be that way, I would ask you.
No, you didn't say it on that day.
I remember you being agitated.
I was agitated, but you did not caution me about anything that day. One other time you did, but not that day. That day I was able to keep myself composed, as angry as I was. So my lawyer, feckless jerk that he is, he reckoned that, it was an honest mistake made on the part of Mr. Roth, or maybe he did it. He had this very annoying habit of always sticking up for the guy no matter what he did. So I didn't do anything. I have here both transcripts, okay, from both hearings, the December hearing and the February hearing, the continuance in February. This is the original set of plans, which was not submitted with a ZBA application. The access to the loft was drawn, and the access to the loft was misdrawn, and it was labeled as a ladder, as referred to by Mr. Roth himself as fixed stairs. Somehow, he said they were fixed stairs, which is as it appears on the correct set of plans. Yet, the wrong set of plans ended up being presented before the Zoning Board of Appeals. It's interesting to me that as closely, he looked over our submission so closely that he even made us rewrite the checks because there was a lapse of time. He made us submit new checks. That's how carefully he looked over the submissions. And yet, he made a grievous error like this. Okay, but on the advice of my lawyer, I let it go. I let it go. I had other things on my mind. My wife's condition went from bad to worse. I'm not going to go into the details of it. That would be a long, drawn-out process. But what is in these plans, right, the wrong set, okay, is backed up in the transcript in detail, okay? So this is the wrong set of plans, and the transcript backs that up, okay? So, well, my lawyer elected to view it as an honest mistake. I knew better, so I kept silent. And then, let's see, we had another hearing in end of February, and some interesting things happened in between. Mr. Broad had the unmitigated insensitiveness through my lawyer to wish his sympathy for me and my wife. He mocked me. I know he was lying. He mocked me and he mocked my dying wife. That's what he did. Oh, he also said, through my lawyer, I have all of this stuff on emails. He said to my lawyer, well, I really hope he gets the variance. You know, I'm tired of this back and forth with this pest. So he says, and that's in an email, I hope he gets the variance so we can finally be done with it.
Well, why do you think he would care whether he got the variance or not? Well, would you really think it would bother him if he got it? That's nothing to do with it.
I wasn't going to get it. Okay, and here, I can tell you why. My lawyer consulted Mr. Groth himself. I may have told you this last time. My lawyer consulted Mr. Groth himself after he said he hoped I would get it. And Mr. Groth said, nobody gets a use variance.
It's not
Nobody.
lying. But he wasn't lying. It's still your right to apply.
These are my choices. Either apply or got the place.
I think you've said that 3 meetings in a row.
Yeah, and it doesn't bother you?
Do you have anything new? But what is supposed to bother?
Okay, yes, I do have things that are new. I do have things that are new. Oh, that was further backed up. My lawyer took the trouble to go to the previous chair of the zoning board of appeals who said the same thing. Nobody gets a use variance. Yet he virtually coerced me into applying. It cost thousands of dollars.
He gave the option to cut it out.
Oh, I had the option either
You
cut
just
it out.
told me he gave you the option to cut it out or go for the variance. You chose
Why
to go for the
didn't you
variance.
tell me, okay, at the end of the process, I get informed that nobody gets the variance? At the end of the process and not
You
the
just said he
beginning?
put it in an email, right? Or told you that nobody gets the variance. And
He
it
didn't.
doesn't matter, you know, that's just a general statement.
Well-
It doesn't mean you can't apply. Maybe you would have got it. You don't have anything to do with the zoning board.
Okay.
That's a totally different board.
I don't care, then you speak to them, or you speak to the Mr. Valichetti. The zoning board, after him telling me, I hope you get the variance. After him telling me that, I hope you get the variance, my lawyer is told by him and the previous chair of the ZBA that nobody gets a use variance. This is after me having spent thousands of dollars and pulled my hair out while my wife was dying. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. At the next, or Mr. Natale? At the next hearing, over here, right, there's a set of plans presented that is visible to the board, to the attendees at the fiasco. And me and my lawyer are over here, and behind another screen, okay? And as the talk is unfolding, it becomes obvious to me, and it's verified in the transcript over and over again. In fact, one of the people on the board even said, are there 2 sets of plans? Now, how does that happen? And it resulted in total confusion. That is recorded in this transcript also. It was like throwing a bomb into the thing. And finally, you know, the thing is in front of me, and finally one of the people on the board, I guess she was looking out of the corner of her eye, she said, well, are there 2 sets of plans? And
You know, everybody's talking back and forth, so I realized, yeah, there are two sets of plans. Both sets of plans were submitted. Now, just to make sure that no error occurred, my lawyer hand-delivered the correct set of plans. He hand-delivered them, and he's got I have a signed receipt for them. And yet, the wrong sets of plans are put up. Okay? And as I said, I'm not saying this was dispositive. Okay? I'm not saying it was dispositive. What I am saying, though, is do you approve of this kind of conduct?
Somebody making a mistake?
What?
You said you just gave them the benefit of the doubt that somebody made a mistake.
No. For the first hearing.
You realize that we don't sit on the zoning board, right?
So in other words, they can get away with murder?
What did they get away with? That you submitted two
Well,
different
if you
sets of
listen
plans? That's
closely,
their fault.
if you listen closely, you would
I
see.
listened closely. 3 meetings in a row, I heard the same story, not telling us anything new. You submitted 2 sets of plans. The wrong one ended up on the screen. What is new that you're
I
gonna tell us?
only submitted one
So
set.
how did we get another set? We just pulled them out of where?
Follow the bouncing ball.
I'd like to know where
I-
we got another set of plans that
All
was
right, I'll
incorrect.
tell you if you'll listen. I'll tell you if you'll listen. I told you, I don't know, you got cotton in your ears a lot, but I told you that only the second set of plans, the correct set, were submitted for an appeal. The other set, we got a denial, but we did not submit for an appeal. There was 2 sets of plans, but only one was submitted for an appeal, the correct set. And somehow, 2 sets, yes,
I'm gonna interrupt you for 1 second. Were the plans rejected because there was some,
I rejected them.
were they rejected by the Board of Zoning Appeals?
No,
Because there
no.
was something informationally incorrect on them?
They were the corner of the room that contained the bathroom and the access to the loft, which became an issue in the whole proceedings. That was misdrawn. And, you know, I was new to all these proceedings, so I didn't look at the plans carefully until after, I think it was after the application was submitted. And I had to have them redrawn 3 times before we got them right. Okay?
Was the incorrect drawing used to reject your appeal?
No, I just said that. It wasn't submitted. It wasn't submitted. I didn't submit it yet. At the first hearing, it appeared here, okay? And that's verified in this transcript.
My question is not that. My question is, when they rejected your appeal to the Board of Zoning Appeals,
Right.
did they know that there was a correct set of drawings?
They knew there were 2 sets. One of them must have been correct.
Okay, so the point of the story is that there were 2 sets of drawings submitted.
No,
There were 2 sets of drawings before the Board of Zoning Appeals.
there were
correct?
2 sets of drawings that appeared here. I didn't put them up there.
My question though is, if they had both sets of drawings, were they both rejected
By whom?
by the Board of Zoning Appeals?
What do you mean rejected?
Maybe I can clarify this a little bit. I believe what happened is that you submitted some plans which ultimately were determined by you to be incorrect.
Correct.
Okay? Ultimately, the plans went to the village. I don't know exactly how they were circulated and who received what, but when the issue came up about your getting a use variance to maintain a cottage on your property, which had been since abandoned because since what, I think 2012.
Well, that's under
But,
dispute.
well,
That's
I
under
know,
dispute.
but let's understand this. Whatever was before the board was, I believe, corrected as part of this confusion you just raised about the plans. And what happened was that even though the board understood the newer plan, as I recall the hearing, the board ultimately decided not to grant you the variance that you requested.
They had decided it when Gross told me I didn't get a variance or got the place. It already had been decided.
No, it hadn't been decided.
Then why did he tell
No,
me?
you're
Why did he tell me?
I don't know why he said anything to you, but all I can tell you is that you were here, your attorney was here, your attorney called me prior to the hearings and asked to me, what do you think this is what do you think the possibilities are? And I said, look, I said, use variances are very difficult to get.
Okay.
And I said, I don't know what the board will do on this particular one,
Well,
but that's basically what happened.
before that, Mr. Weiler, let's see, pre-trial hearing, okay? You were present, and Mr. Ross was present, okay? And my lawyer came out of that conference saying, well, I'm cautiously optimistic. You know what kind of a variance we were applying for. I don't know anything about this stuff. And he came out of the meeting with you and Ross, cautiously optimistic. So I proceeded, rather than gut the place. At the cost of thousands.
We gave him no false encouragement in any way, shape, or form. You can call him up and ask him yourself. We never give any
All right, well,
encouragement.
be all that as it may.
Okay.
Okay, be all that as it may. What do you think of the fact that two sets of plans were deliberately submitted? One here for the audience to see the correct one, and the wrong one presented before the board. And all of this back and forth talk happened, and the meeting, it dissolved into chaos. We couldn't see what the wrong set. If it had been placed for both of us to see, I would have known right away.
Whatever was shown on a TV set, one set of plans was shown to
All
the
right.
audience. Because
You're missing the
wait, let me talk. One set of plans was shown to the audience. The other set of plans was on this screen, which the
No,
board-
it wasn't. It was on a screen right in front of us, and we were looking at the back of it. That's where it was.
It doesn't matter in this respect because at the
Nothing
time,
matters, okay.
at the time, both of these were working together.
No, it wasn't on. I'm telling you what I was looking at.
They show the same thing.
They show the same thing. One shows the audience, the other one shows this way. So the board can see it. You understand that, don't you?
You don't understand what I'm saying. I'm saying that whatever screen was visible to
To the audience.
yeah,
Was
we could
visible
see
to
it,
the
we
audience.
could see it. It was the correct set of plans. And the one that we were right behind, I don't know, this thing, I was looking at a blank billboard. This had the incorrect plans on that the board was looking at.
It's not possible. They show the same thing. They both work on the
Okay.
computer on the desk right here. Sorry, it's not possible.
This transcript says otherwise. The evidence is right in it. Okay.
It's not possible.
Okay. I waited for, we already went through the business of him costing me $500 by not showing up for the trial. We went through that and having to postpone 2 months and me being charged, $500 for a lawyer's appearance. We already went through that last time, okay?
That's the court.
Check the transcript, you were here. Check the transcript, you were here.
I don't know what to say to you any more than what happened. The transcript shows what
Okay.
happened.
My issue is with deliberate deception on the part of Mr. Roth. I have caught him in one lie after another. This will stand up in court. This will stand up in court. And talking to you guys, it's like talking to the wall. All of you.
For a new hearing, like what?
No, I told you. I'm accepting the fact. I told you that. I said I'm accepting the fact. I said I accept the opinion of the board as final. And I am not saying that Mr. Roth's trickery was dispositive. I told you that. Nevertheless, do you approve of that kind of conduct?
What conduct?
Oh, Christ. He deliberately tried to deceive everybody. The hearing is set in here. It erupted into chaos. And then finally, one person on the board, she must have been able to see the proper screen from the corner of her eye. She says, there are 2 plans. And all of a sudden it dawned on me. Yeah, two plans. So before I could speak anything, the hearing was cut short. Okay, see you later. Okay, I can see I'm getting nowhere with you people, but the time that I'm going to be spending
in the next few months is the fiscal and legal feasibility of filing an Article 78 against you. I think the fact that you keep this guy on, this guy on, and I think, Mr. Mayor, you are the one more than anyone who's protecting him, and I wonder why. And other people are wondering why too. Why?
Well, what am I protecting him from?
People like me.
Anybody else have anything
He
to
doesn't
add
need to be
tonight?
prepared. He's an employee that you disagree with his decision. The building inspector.
Oh, come on.
Listen, let me explain something to you,
Yeah.
what the deal is. He made a decision that said he wasn't gonna give you a permit to do what you wanted to do. You went to the zoning board. The zoning board, we followed proper procedure. The zoning board listened to your arguments, and they decided they didn't want to grant you.
As I said, be all that as it may.
Okay,
Be all-
then that's.
Be all that as it may. Do you approve of him deliberately trying to deceive everybody?
I don't think
And what he
anyone's
did,
trying to
okay,
deceive
it's all in here.
We don't.
It's all in here. I wanted to show it to Mr. Valchetti, but it was never arranged. It was never arranged.
There was nothing in the
Okay,
in the
let's
record
move,
that
let's
showed
move
any
forward.
perception
Let's
of
move
any
forward.
sort. You claim,
Let's
wait a minute,
move
wait.
forward.
Let's put it this way. You're claiming that an employee of the village just.
I'm listening to you the
you.
way you listen to me.
Okay, but anyway, that's what you're claiming. You're claiming that an employee of the village, just misled you. That's your claim. And your concept is that because of that so-called, that doesn't prove anything, sir.
Oh, yes?
No.
We'll leave that to a court to
Okay,
decide.
then.
We'll leave that to a court to decide.
you-
And I have another issue with you. After I didn't pay for the continuance, I was sent a bill for a bill. Law tells me I owe another $1,000. I should pay $1,000 for a hearing that was a sham. I should pay $1,000. So I never paid it. And I was accused, who told you that I kicked his chair, either with him in it or without it? Who told you?
You kicked the chair in this room, not his chair. And if you don't remember that, then you need more help than what we thought originally. You kicked the chair when you walked out the door. And that's the bottom line. You did it, you know you did it, and everybody else.
No, I don't know that I did it.
You forgot that you kicked the chair when you were pissed off leaving?
I didn't kick the chair. I may have tripped on it, but I never kicked any chair.
Sorry to feel this way. I can't say anything.
All right. Okay. As I said, if it's fiscally and legally possible, I'm gonna file an Article 28 against you people, and I think you all are really letting the town down, not just me. And you, Mr. Wiley, you're an officer of the court. I think you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Well, I disagree with you entirely. I've given you all the courtesies that you need, as well as your attorney.
No, you have not given me the courtesies that I need.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. to
And
hear
I
that.
did not kick a chair. And I wasn't told that I was being accused of kicking a chair in here. It's 3 months ago since I was here. I didn't kick any chair in here. Did Roth say that I kicked a chair in here? He wasn't here. How could he have said it? Who told you? Who told you that I kicked a chair in here?
I have nothing to say.
You don't feel entitled to know who's accusing me
You just heard what the mayor said, okay? I don't know anything about kicking any chairs, and therefore.
Well, why
I don't wanna
then,
get
if you
involved.
don't know
Sir,
anything, why did you call me up and threaten me with putting a lien on my house?
I didn't threaten you with anything.
Yes, you did.
I
You
called
said,
you up and
this
said-
is
I
going
called
to
you up
go
and-
where neither of us wants to go, and it's gonna end up with us putting a lien on your house. Well, if you wanna make yourselves look lousy, do so.
I called you up as a courtesy.
Oh, you were not courteous. Don't tell me, I know what courtesy is.
I have nothing more to say.
Okay, neither do I.
Good.
Sarah, did you have something you want to add?
Hi, Gary Casso, 21 Dock Avenue. Similar situation like the mother-daughter permit. It is active. I spoke to you, Mr. Riley.
Yes, I know you did.
Okay.
And same explanation, okay? We're working on something that is going to regularize the issues of where you have a generational type of change in the use.
So just submit it for now, we'll deal with it when you change.
Yeah, when we finish doing this new legislation that we're thinking of, I think that'll resolve the situation. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, thank
Very
you.
much.
Anybody else?
And then I didn't know the business for you. Okay, then I will take a motion to close the meeting at 7:06 PM.
I make a motion.
Thank you, trustee Bartolomeo.
Second?
Thank you, trustee Alseki.
Second.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee Vitale?
Yes.
Trustee Bartolomeo?
Yes.
Trustee Alseki?
Yes.
Mayor Nichols?
Yes. I think I corrected. I just gave up.